Ever noticed how the people who hurt us the most are usually the hardest to walk away from? That's not weakness, that's psychology. Because toxic love doesn't just attack your heart, it rewires your brain. And once you understand why pain can feel addictive, you start seeing your relationships completely differently. Most people think toxic relationships happen because someone is naive, but the truth is far darker than that. Sometimes, your brain can mistake emotional chaos for love. Why toxic people feel so attractive? Healthy love feels stable, predictable, safe. But toxic love? It feels intense. The highs are euphoric, the lows are painful, and your brain becomes obsessed with getting back to the highs. Pain, relief, attachment. This is why toxic relationships can feel addictive. Your brain releases dopamine not just when you receive love, but when you finally receive it after emotional pain. And, psychologically, intermittent rewards are the most addictive kind. It's the same mechanism used in gambling. You never know when the affection is coming, so your brain keeps chasing it. But here's the scary part. Most toxic relationships don't begin with pain. They begin with familiarity. Why we repeat the same patterns? The people we feel drawn to often reflect emotional patterns we experienced early in life. If love once felt inconsistent, your nervous system may start associating anxiety with connection. So later in life, calm people feel boring, emotionally available people feel strange, and toxic people feel exciting. Familiarity feels safe, even when it hurts. This is why people sometimes keep dating the same person, just with a different face. Because unconsciously, they aren't choosing what's healthy. They're choosing what feels familiar. And this creates one of the biggest illusions in toxic love. You start confusing emotional intensity with emotional connection. Anxiety disguised as love. When someone becomes emotionally unpredictable, your brain goes into survival mode. You overthink texts, replay conversations, analyze every small change in behavior. And the more unavailable they become, the more emotionally valuable they start to seem. That's why toxic relationships create obsession. Not because the connection is deeper, but because the uncertainty keeps your nervous system activated. Anxiety is not intimacy. Real love usually brings clarity. Toxic love brings confusion. So why do people stay even when they know they're being hurt? Why leaving feels so hard? Because leaving a toxic relationship isn't just emotional. It can feel neurological. Your brain gets attached to the cycle. Pain, relief, affection, withdrawal, hope, and every time the affection returns, it reinforces the attachment. That's why people don't just miss the person. They miss the possibility. The hope that this time, things will finally change. Breaking the cycle. Healing begins when you stop asking, why am I attracted to toxic people? And start asking, why does healthy love feel unfamiliar to me?
Because the goal isn't to stop loving deeply. It's to stop confusing suffering with love.
And once you break that pattern, you stop chasing emotional chaos and start choosing emotional safety. The hardest truth about toxic relationships is this.
People don't always choose what's good for them. They choose what feels familiar.
But familiarity can be unlearned. And that's where healing starts.